with 3.75 or even 3.5 double pointed needles, pick up 40 stitches with yarn A. You can use yarn B if you want, it doesn't really matter, but on your needles, on one needle you'll have 9 stitches you've cast on, and the other one you'll have 11, then 9, and then 11. It'll be easier that way when you're doing the Trinity stitch pattern, because then you won't have a stitch left over on one needle when you need to purl 3 together. You'll understand what I'm saying when you actually do it. So it's better that you cast on 9 stitches on one needle, cast on 11 on the other needle, cast on 9, and then cast on 11. Row 1, purl all. For row 2, you're going to purl 1, knit 1, and purl 1 into the first stitch, and then you're going to knit 3 together. We're going to repeat this all the way to the end of the row. This time we're having to switch up the pattern a little bit because you are working in the round, so you're facing the right way all the time. When we were doing the dress and we had to go on the wrong side and the right side of the dress, you needed to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, then purl 3 together. But this time, because like I said, we're working in the round, we're facing the right way all the time. We have to purl 1, knit 1, and then purl 1, and then knit 3 together instead of purl 3 together. For row 3, purl all stitches. For row 4, you're going to knit 3 together, and then you're going to purl 1, knit 1, and purl 1 into the next stitch. Repeat this right around. And then you're going to cast off all your stitches. cut the yarn and fasten off. And that should complete the sleeves. With 4mm needles and yarn B, you will cast on 20 stitches. For row 1, you will purl all. For row 2, you will knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into the first stitch and then purl 3 together. Row 3, you will purl all stitches. For row 4, you'll purl 3 together, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into the first stitch, and you'll repeat this to the end. Repeat rows 1 to 4 2 more times, so you have 3 repeats altogether. Then change to yarn A and repeat the Trinity stitch 1 more time. Once you've completed the last repeat of Trinity stitch, you'll cast off all your stitches. And then you will cut your yarn and fasten off. Figure out where you want to place your pockets before you sew them down, and I would recommend you pinning them into place first. When you sew your pockets, you're just gonna weave in and out. There's nothing special to it that you need to do, and this should just keep your pockets secure in place. Okay, now we are going to sew on our button, or buttons if you want to put two. I would suggest to get a bigger button than the one that I'm showing you because the loop didn't stay properly when I finished it. Or you can use two smaller loop buttons and make the loop with a fine yarn. When you're sewing your button into place, you don't want to pull the thread all the way through because the thread will just come right through the dress. So what you want to do is thread it and then go through the second hole of the button and then loop it through the thread that's at the back, that you didn't pull all the way through. And that should keep it secure in place while you're sewing the button in. If you decide that you do not want to use a button, you can make it with poppers. You can add a popper to it, or you can put a crocheted or knitted bobble. It's up to you. I just weaved through the back of the button, through the dress only, and then looped it like I did at the beginning just to keep the thread insecure. And then on top of that I knotted it. Okay, I chose to use a crochet hook for the loop, but you can knit the loop on. On my blog I have written the option for the knitted one. It's almost the same. Using a 4mm crochet hook, I attached the yarn to the top of the right hand of the dress and I chained 10, and then a few rows down I slip stitched back in, and that held it into place. But what you can do is you can knit it, and when you knit it you don't have to attach the yarn to the dress to begin with. Cast on 10 stitches or more or less depending on what kind of button you're using, and then just cast off on the next row and then sew that to the edge of the dress where the button would be. And now you have finished your button and the loop and the whole dress, and you can weave in all your ends to keep it nice and tidy. Thank you for watching my videos on this dress. It was really fun to make, and if you got any more suggestions then leave them in the comments below and click here for part 1 and part 2.